It's gotta get just leaves.
I think it'll just be so much
It's-
easier. It's, so we. This is really. This way.
Call to order the regular common council meeting Tuesday, July 6th, 7:04 PM. Roll call.
Braun? Langen?
Yes.
Candy Davis?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Paul Davis? Burdick?
Yes.
That is pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Proclamation of appropriate meeting notice.
Meeting was noticed on Friday. Sorry, I gotta pick my paper. On Friday, July 2nd, agenda is posted at the post office, library, city hall, and city website.
Council acceptance of agenda.
Motion to accept?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Personal appearances. Anyone in the audience that wishes to speak anything, please go to the podium, state your name and address for the record, talk into the microphone so the recording picks it up good, please.
Hi, I'm
You
Michelle
pull it down.
Reese.
There you go.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm Michelle Reese. I live at 411 Stoughton Road. Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to address the council tonight. My name is Michelle Reese. I have lived across the street from IKI for almost 10 years. I am here to represent some of the residents of Stoughton Road. We have multiple concerns about the business in our residential setting. It is no secret that there has been a long-standing history of issues between IKI and the neighborhood. In the past, we have called the office and they were usually good at hearing us and offering solutions. Since the new management has taken over though, this is a thing of the past. Our calls and messages are never returned. The conditions continue to deteriorate, and that is what brings us here tonight. I'm not a fan of public speaking, but I felt strongly enough that I rearranged my schedule to be here tonight. This is very important to the property owners in our area. Our property values are threatened by the negligence and expansion of IKI Manufacturing. This is a business that is failing miserably to work with us to keep peace in our community. How are we to believe in good faith that things will improve if they won't even acknowledge our concerns? It is also not reassuring when we feel we are being kept in the dark about their business plans. What we do know as residents is that our complaints are growing bigger and bigger by the day. Our biggest frustration is that when we bring our concerns to city administrators, we are told to contact the police. When we do call the police, we are told to take it up with the city. While we acknowledge that business and growth in Edgerton is good and necessary, we do not feel that companies such as IKI should be exempt from the laws that the rest of us must abide by. When we first moved to IKI, they were running one daytime shift. Now that they have added a second shift, it has added a whole new crop of problems. There are noise ordinance violations. We hear an ungodly amount of noise from the forklifts, employees yelling across the parking lot at each other, car radios, honking horns, etc., until 11:30 and occasionally till midnight. There are obnoxiously bright blue lights on the forklifts that shine into our houses like laser beams. If they were properly aimed down a little, this could easily be remedied, but again, nobody will return our calls. We are not unreasonable people. and we have tried and tried. We cannot even have our windows open as the dust from the parking lot covers everything in sight. This includes the windows in our vehicles as well as houses. The amount of boxes, garbage, wrappers, plastic, face masks, gloves, and cigarette butts that blow into our yards is absolutely unacceptable, not to mention the chemical smells that permeate the air. It is very disconcerting when we witness employees of IKI smoking marijuana in their cars on their breaks. I don't care what they do in their free time, but don't work around dangerous chemicals altered and put my family at risk because of selfishness and stupidity. We have this on video and it happens quite often. If working at IKI is so bad that you can't get through your shift without using drugs, then may I suggest they get a different job, one preferably that they don't put innocent people at risk. And let's not forget the semi-traffic. Most of the drivers completely ignore the no truck route signs. I have yet to see a driver ever get pulled over for disobeying the posted signs. Random times of the day, our driveway is completely blocked. It is not only infuriating, but a safety hazard. In fact, 2 weeks ago, there were 9 semis that blocked Stoughton Road entirely, to the point that people were trying to turn around and others were out directing traffic. This is not typical, but it did prevent me from leaving to go grocery shopping as planned. This circus went on for a substantial amount of time. It is all on video, which I'm willing to share. Maybe you would be interested, as the chief of police was not. He would not even let me show it to him. We also have the pleasure of listening to semis idle all night if they choose to park and stay. Another reason we have to keep the windows closed. I find it funny that IKI claims to be a tobacco-free zone, according to their signage on the corner of IKI and Stoughton Road. Obviously, this is not enforced, as employees smoke out in front of the building on every break, leaving the evidence behind, or worse yet, they throw their butts into the street or our yards along with their garbage. I could better understand Edgerton's support of this company if it was still a small local run family business like it used to be, but it is not. It was bought by a huge corporation that is looking to line its own pockets instead of think of our small town and its residents. There is a perfectly good industrial park less than half a mile away. Seems like a much better fit to me. If they are willing to invest money into a giant expansion, why not move it to a more suitable location designed with industry in mind? The location of IKI now is very close to Racetrack Park. This park is constantly used for parties, festivals, and tournaments. People come from all over to use this park. Do we really want the visitors to associate Edgerton with such an eyesore as a huge factory in town? There is an incredible amount of children that use our park for recreation. I don't think a company with such volatile chemicals should be allowed in such close proximity. There are also 3 schools in a mile radius as well. We come before you tonight and ask, would you want this in your neighborhood? We understand that IKI brings money and jobs to the area, but this is our home. A home and your house is where you are supposed to be able to relax and find solitude. We have tried working with IKI, the city, and local police. We implore you to take our concerns seriously. We have worked hard for our properties and we want to be proud of them. There has to be a compromise where we can coexist safely and respectfully. We are looking for solutions so that we as property owners can enjoy our homes. We place this matter in your hands for careful consideration. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We can't respond to that because it's not on the agenda tonight, but I know some of the history of the place, so it will be addressed as we continue this process with their proposed expansions. Other than that, we can't say a whole lot more to you. So, is there anyone else that wishes to speak on anything? All right, we'll move on to consider the minutes from June 21st.
Make a motion to accept.
Okay, Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Quick thing before we go on any farther, can I interrupt back there for a second? Michelle? Mr. Ray, is there a chance we can get a copy of that so we have?
I was just gonna ask if I could
Yeah,
have.
we'd like that, so we have a written copy of it
Okay, perfect.
before you leave. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to finance.
Yes, finance met this evening. Motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $195,293.45.
Second.
Any questions on the bills?
I got just one. Page 5, it's probably from the chief, page 5, and the second group down. Dodge Charger replace the battery. $1,100.
Wait,
I missed it. Second one down.
Second one down from the top.
Second.
Griffin.
that was more than just replacing the battery.
Okay.
There was a lot more involved with that.
Is that the one you traded or sold?
No,
Did we
there
put a bunch of money into that?
There were a lot of issues with the car, and one of them, it was alternator battery. There was a lot more to that.
Thanks, Chief. And real quick, Mona, Candy kind of told me, page 9, all those 250s and stuff right there. Once again, what is this, the easements? What is this?
Easements and purchase of right-of-way for the South Main
Purchase-
Street project.
Purchase
So,
of right of ways, that's,
as-
okay.
just so that everyone knows, there's a significant portion of South Main that isn't actually dedicated, the city doesn't own. So because of the DOT grant, the DOT requires that we clear the right-of-way. So that means we had to purchase right-of-way, purchase easements, temporary easements, and permanent easements.
Okay. I read it before, but it wasn't on here, so thank you for the explanation.
We couldn't get the owners to pay for that part of the road? Okay, anyone else? Roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes. Let's wait for more names here, huh? Short tonight.
Motion to approve operator's license for Michaela Hens based upon payment of her overdue fees to the city.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
And we do have the folder here if anybody is interested in looking. Motion to deny operator's license at this time for Christopher Burdick.
Second.
Any discussion? Looking at this, I believe you just got one in June.
Well, he said June of this year in his paper, but I think when the,
I think he had the wrong year, because
He had the
based
wrong
on,
year.
based on the history,
History.
he received the ticket in June of 20 and then was convicted in October of 20. I think he just miswrote a date.
He thinks he miswrote 21 instead of 20.
Okay. The motion is to deny. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Abstain.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes. 3 in favor and 1 abstention.
Motion to approve public event packet for Stephen Heavenly Peace Build and waive fees.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes. Motion passes.
Okay, motion to approve, public event packet for Tobacco Days Car and Truck Show and waive fees.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes. Motion passes.
Motion to approve public event packet for Tobacco Heritage Days. And just to add to this, we will be extending which means we'll be extending the park hours until midnight on Friday and Saturday, allowing petting zoo at Racetrack Park. Waiving fees with the exception of splitting half of the overtime fees for the police department for Friday night and Saturday night. Otherwise, everything else is waived.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just didn't get to do this last year, so I'm really excited as the president of Tobacco Days from 1997 to support this.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Good to
See what can happen.
And again, I want to go on record as saying you guys thank you for all the upfront work with the city, with the police department, and with Howard to make this work.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion-
Good luck.
I'm sorry.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, motion to approve temporary Class B fermented malt beverage license for Tobacco Heritage Days for July 16th, 17th, and 18th, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve quote for purchase of a replacement slide for Winston Park in the amount of $3,350, which was the lowest responsible quote for Lee Recreation.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to declare air compressor as surplus.
Second.
Any discussion? New one's up and working?
Yes, it is.
Don't suppose you can get $3,350 for it, huh? Yeah, the slide.
Never know.
Okay.
Might get $1.
Happened before, right?
Yeah.
Roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, motion to approve facade grant for 115 Henry Street for window replacement in the amount of $7,867 for bronze vinyl window replacements.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just want to commend the property owner for going with the color that the historic preservation prefers over white, which came at additional expense for them.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve a small ED grant for 115 Henry Street for HVAC in the amount of $3,188.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve purchase of a stainless steel railing at the pool in the amount of $4,606, quoted by, or from Customized Fabrication Machine.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just had one question that didn't come up in finance. Approximately, how much was the savings under budget on this slide?
I believe it was in the neighborhood of $18,000.
18?
Yeah.
By a lot of, railings for that. Just kidding, just kidding.
Got new umbrellas there, Ann. Umbrellas, yeah.
I could do a umbrella.
No, never mind. You probably get another umbrella, right, fun umbrella.
It's okay. I'll take this.
I meant to second if I didn't.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes,
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes.
and that's it for finance.
Thank you. RDA, we got a couple of these items that we just took care of at the last RDA meeting, so that was about it from there, wasn't it?
Yeah, nothing better than
That we just covered here with the ice cream shop. Plan commission. Consider adoption of City of Edgewood Resolution 1321, approving the final plat to create 45 lots east of Dean Street.
Make that a motion?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes,
Shaw,
Yes.
Langen,
yes.
Motion passes. It's one of the largest developments we've got going in a few years here now. So hopefully, people can take advantage of it. Bring anything else from planning?
I brought the whole packet, do you want?
It'll all be in the next agenda.
Okay, nothing else, nothing else.
No, nobody's coming here, no.
So the next item is to consider discontinuance of utility easement on lot 45 West Meadows.
So move.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes,
Shaw,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Motion passes. Mayor, alderperson, and staff reports. Well, Tobacco Days is coming up here, not this weekend, but next weekend, so keep that on your calendars. Hopefully the weather is like the next couple days here for that, so it's not terribly hot down there.
77 and 70.
Perfect, right. Concerts in the park on the 14th, the Jimmies. Everybody heard of them? I think that might be a good one to hang out at. And I have an opening on the Utilities Commission as of last week, had a resignation on there. So, if anybody has any thoughts on who might be interested in being on utilities, stick their name on a committee application and we will appoint them. Other than that, that's all I have. Anyone else have anything? Okay, look for a motion to adjourn then.
and I'll second, because we don't use the verdict one.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.